Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's Wednesday. It's May the 14th, and we are back to talk more minor league baseball. Hopefully I can make it through the show. Allergies are killing me right now. Can barely breathe. Snot for days. But I can't pass up a day to talk about baseball. We're going to keep going through it and push through it today. Maybe a shorter show, but we'll be here and talk about ball. As you know, usually the show is brought to you by Connect Roasters. Connect Roasters is Ian Happ's coffee company. It's some of the best coffee that I've ever had. You can go get the Connect Roasters Gold Glove Blend, get a bag, buy one, get one 50% off by using the code DYNASTYDUGOUT at connectroasters.com. We're also proud to partner with Chinook Seedery, the best sunflower seeds in the game. Chinook has a wide variety of flavors, from sweet to salty to a little bit spicy. They're all extremely good. And you can get Chinook seeds 10% off at chinookseedery.com using the code Dynasty Dugout. Just to highlight, we are doing a Bowman draft break tonight on the YouTube channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. I've got two jumbo boxes of Bowman 2025. The other one right over here. We've had some big hits over the years. I'm expecting some big hits on these as well. So tune into the live stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel. So if you're listening on the podcast form, go subscribe to the YouTube, please. I would very much appreciate that. And that'll be the plug for today. Go check that out. Let's dive right in on baseball action. Samuel Basallo nearly hit 3 home runs yesterday. He hit 2 in his first 2 at-bats in the first and the third innings of the game. Both surprisingly hit the same exit velocity, 106.9 mph. Weird to see the same exit velocity on both, but that's what we had. He hit another ball that nearly left the yard. A double, smacked off the wall, 403 feet. So nearly a 3 home run game for Samuel Basallo, which was awesome to see. If you're watching the highlights, you can see this guy's got immense power. I've seen it for myself over the years. He's a phenomenal power hitter. There's some concerns about contact and approach. I mean, the contact rate at 70% is fine. Like, it's below average for AAA, but again, Basallo was 20 years old, so that's worth noting. His 85% end-zone contact rate's good, but the approach is a little bit scary for me. It's a 60% end-zone swing rate, is a 37% chase rate. I would really like to see Basallo clean up his approach before we see him ready for the majors. I think that's really the biggest thing that we need to see improve. The power's there. I mean, it's probably 70 power for honest. He's got a 108.6 mile an hour ninth percentile, a max of 116, which is crazy. Barrel rate at 25%, 50% hard hit rate. Just absurd power. But from a hit tool approach standpoint, I still think Basallo needs some work in the minors before we really see him ready for the majors. It's okay. He's 20 years old. Everybody wants to push him. But I think he needs a little bit more time. So we'll see about that. He was the hitter of the day in the minors yesterday. I went back on forth on a couple pitchers of the day yesterday, but I went with Anderson Brito. I saw Brito several weeks ago. I actually talked about Brito yesterday on the show. Before I recorded it, before the start, I talked about the hot minor league pitchers. Brito statistically had not been good, but I talked about how Anderson Brito looked really good in my live looks and the pitch data was super good, and that I thought that Anderson Brito was about to break out. What do you know? Same day, 12 strikeouts, walked just 1 across 5 innings. Brito was through 3 perfect innings. He struck out every single batter that he faced through those 3 innings, which is wild. So dominant start to the game. He ran into a little trouble in the 4th inning. He walked a batter, allowed 2 doubles, but he put it out. He put out the fire, and he was clean in the 5th inning. So really dominant start there. Brito's fastball works 95, 97. It's up to 99. I had a couple 99s in the start that I saw him. It's legit ride. It's like 18 inches of IVB from a lower release height, which is absurd. It's a flat plane. Brito is on the smaller, shorter side, so lower release, kind of flat approach angle there really helps. It's a mid-80s sweeper with really good movement profile, 10 to 12 inches of glove side movement there. And the changeup, while inconsistent, did show some solid traits. I thought it's 12 to 15 inches of horizontal, anywhere from 86 to 90 miles an hour for Anderson Brito. And he added a new cutter this year, which I think is important. The cutter's been a good out pitch for him, and that pitch has worked around 90 miles per hour. That's Anderson Brito of the Houston Astros. The other arm that I was considering for the pitcher of the day was Trey Yesavage, Toronto Blue Jays. Why Yesavage is still in single A, I don't know. The reality is that Yesavage probably needs to be bumped to double A. My best guess is they didn't want to send Yesavage to high A because they didn't want to pitch him in Vancouver in April where it's freezing cold. Keep him by the complex, and it has been good. Yesavage is dominated, but it's time for him to move on from Dunedin. Let's send him to double A New Hampshire. It is time. Yesavage started the game, first pitch homer to Connor Griffin, but Griffin's a stud. Battle of the first rounders last year. Griffin won that battle, but Griffin did strike out 3 more times in the game. Yesavage also served up a home run to one of my former favorites, Johnny Severino, in the start, but otherwise, Yesavage was pretty flawless. We're looking at 12 strikeouts. He didn't issue a walk, 21 whiffs, so he paired a 53% whiff rate with a 45% CSW. Absurd. He landed 71% of his pitches for strikes. Yesavage has one of the highest release points in the minor leagues, like 6'9" release height. So it's like crazy high release. IVB's naturally good on it, but you look at the IVB compared to the release height, and it's not all that special. But the fastball does work 95 to 96. He generated 9 whiffs on 20 swings on that offering. It's just such a unique look for single A hitters that Yesavage is going to dominate hitters with that pitch. The split change is disgusting. He threw it once yesterday, which shows you how well he was working the cutter and the fastball, because the split change, I think, is one of his best pitches. You can watch, if you're watching the video that I filmed from the spring, you can see how nasty it is. He throws that. It's got good fade. It's got about 0 inches of IVB, which is really good for a splitter. The slider, 82 to 85, but it was the cutter that was dominating the Bradenton hitters, 86 to 89 yesterday. Good carry, 61% whiff rate on that pitch yesterday. So Trey Yesavage, if you're listening, Blue Jays, if you're listening, get this guy out of Dunedin. We're not learning anything new about him at this point. We know what he's got, and it's too good for single A hitters. Carson Whisenhunt, who is this? Who is this new Carson Whisenhunt? Like, I don't know. I'm confused, but it's been awesome to watch. Carson Whisenhunt's last 3 starts, he's gone 7 innings in each of the starts, and he's throwing strikes. Like, Whisenhunt's strike throwing has been an issue at times. The last 3 starts, he's run a 72.5% strike rate, which is crazy. So really good stuff. He's throwing the slider more. I've begged for Carson Whisenhunt to do this for years. Like, we're talking about a 2-pitch guy, fastball, changeup, and the changeup, dirty. Like, changeup's probably a 70 grade offering for Carson Whisenhunt. Just throw the slider more, and that's exactly what he did. 30% usage on the slider yesterday. And while the changeup was still the dominant pitch, like, he just offered hitters another look, which is important. Whisenhunt dominated 7 innings for the 3rd straight time, as I mentioned, struck out 9 with no walks, just 3 hits on the day. Fastball set 93 and topped at 95. The pitch was like 10 to 12 inches of arm side. It's up IVB wise from last year, around 14 inches last year, 15 inches this year. Changeup, though, super disgusting. Like, Whisenhunt's changeup is incredible. That pitch gets good fade. It's late depth. It's an awesome pitch to watch. 11 of his 17 whiffs did come on the changeup. And while the slider wasn't super effective, as I mentioned, he mixed the pitch as well and kept hitters on their toes. Thank you, Carson Whisenhunt. Thank you, Giants, for doing that. That is exactly what we've been waiting to see for some time from Carson Whisenhunt. Jack Perkins returned to the mound at the beginning of May. He had an injury that kept him out the first month, and he was all right his first start. He was really bad last time out, but Jack Perkins looked like the Jack Perkins we saw down the stretch last year, yesterday. I mean, big fastball, 96 to 98. He struck out 7 batters over 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 walk. Really good stuff. He mixed a 4 and a 2-seam fastball, which I like to see. The slider's kind of more of a sweeper, 10 inches of sweep, some decent depth to it, and he throws a good upper 80s changeup as well. Jack Perkins finished the 2024 season better than any pitcher. His final 7 starts last year, a 1.43 ERA, 54 strikeouts to 14 walks over 44 innings, which is crazy. Considering the missed time earlier in the year, I think that it's a good time to buy Jack Perkins. He was all the buzz in the offseason. Now everybody else is buzzy. It's not Jack Perkins. Buy Jack Perkins if you can. Patrick Copen, Los Angeles Dodgers. This guy's electric. He has been for a while. Command has been an issue. He entered the start yesterday with a 21.2% walk rate. Yes, 21.2%. Absurd in his first 25 innings. Yes, he was missing bats. He had struck out more than 40% of hitters faced. But yet, yesterday, did not walk a batter. He went 7 innings for only his second time in his career. Did not issue a walk. He struck out 7 and had 19 whiffs on the start. The arsenal's electric. Fastball sits in the mid to upper 90s. He touches 100 with good vert. It's a very whippy delivery. It's very, figure out the term I want to use here, violent. And that's why the strike throwing can be inconsistent at times. But when Copen is on, we see why. It's so good. Fastball does tail off, but still sitting 94, 95 later in starts will play, especially when you're upper 90s early. He spins the ball exceptionally well. The slider has a good bite to it. There's a hammer of a curveball. Like, it just falls off the map, and he throws a cutter around 90 miles an hour as well. The Los Angeles Dodgers develop pitchers. Patrick Copen has stuff. He just needs to throw strikes. Can he do it? We'll see. Still to be determined there. Bubba Chandler in what we hope is probably his last start in AAA. I'm holding out hopes that Bubba will make his debut next Monday. Lines up with his schedule perfectly. It's in Pittsburgh. What better time to call up Bubba Chandler? If they don't call him up next Monday, I'm afraid it's going to be another month or so. Like, this is the opportunity that we want to see, and Bubba Chandler looked good if it was his last AAA start. 5 scoreless innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts for Bubba Chandler. He was missing bats, to no surprise. Bubba Chandler always misses bats. It's an electric arsenal of pitches. He had 14 whiffs. He had 19 called strikes for a 38% CSW. Yeah, he did walk some batters, but the strike rate was good. He landed 53% or 53 of his 86 pitches for strikes. So good strike rate there. Fastball topped at 99.9, averaged 97.7 miles an hour. Chandler is elite. I think he's the best pitching prospect in baseball. I've said that for some time now. So Bubba Chandler is the dude that you want to see and that we want to see in the majors next week. Do the right thing, Pirates. It's been a rough month for you. Call up Bubba Chandler. Let's get this guy to the majors already. It is well past due. Those are the pitchers I want to talk about today. Let's take a quick break, and we will get back with a couple hitters that dominated yesterday. All right, let's dive in on some hitters that stood out yesterday. Henry Bolte's a beyond fascinating hitter for me. It was like 20 great contact skills last year. There's power, there's speed, and there's like 80 great speed. It's probably 70, but like legit speed in the profile. Bolte's an athlete. He's 21 in the Athletics Oregon AA. I've always been lower on most than Bolte because everybody raves about the tools, but he lacks the most important one, hit tool. Well, all of a sudden, Henry Bolte is like making contact, and I just can't figure out if it's going to stick or not. He had 4 hits yesterday, another good day at the plate. The contact rate's still 68%, which is a little bit concerning. That's up from 62% last year, by the way, so that is a big positive. Bolte hits the ball on the ground a lot, and he's still striking out a decent bit. But he had 4 hits and was a homer shy of the cycle and drove in 4 runs. If Henry Bolte can just have a 40-grade hit tool, he's going to be an everyday major league player, in my opinion. It's just, can he do that? I don't know the answer to that. We will see if it sticks. Right now, there's positive trends, but also, who knows? Colby Thomas of the Athletics. Thomas had a 4-hit day. He's been swinging it well. He drove in 3 runs, and he hit the ball exceptionally hard. He had a ball hit 116 miles an hour yesterday, which is a very hard hit ball. He was swinging it. He's been swinging it well. I've been more hesitant than most on Colby Thomas, just given the hole in the top of the zone against good fastballs, some whiffs against breaking balls. But there's no denying the fun tools with Colby Thomas. He hits the ball hard. He's got speed. He checks a lot of boxes that you want to see. So a couple Athletics prospects there. Yairo Padilla finally got out of the slump. He was hyped all offseason, and I was a perpetrator of that. Me and Jeff Ponce have loved Yairo Padilla. I'm hoping to get down. My plan for complex ball is to go down to the Fort Lauderdale area, maybe go to Tampa for a few days. But I plan on doing the Fort Lauderdale area, get some Florida State League and complex down there to see guys like Padilla and Raynel Rodriguez. But Padilla did have 3 hits yesterday. He had 2 triples, drove in 4 runs. He had been off to a slow start to the year. But again, a young 17-year-old, you like to see these skills. And Padilla checked some boxes that we want to see. Brock Wilken homered. Wilken has been swinging the bat better than anybody, probably in the minors recently. Since the start of May, in 11 games, 368, 468, 921. That's a slugging percentage, by the way, with 6 home runs in 11 games. He's cut his strikeout rate to 23% this month. The contact rate's up to 74% overall. The home run Tuesday that you see below, or if you're watching, 107 off the bat, 421 feet. And Shay Whitcomb hit 2 homers. Whitcomb started slow for the Astros AAA. He looks like he's ready to be in the MLB lineup at this point. Whitcomb, really good stuff. He hit 2 homers yesterday at 100.8 miles an hour and 108.5. He's been on base every game in May and actually dating back to April as well. His overall slash of 267, 355, 573 with 11 home runs. Swing decisions have improved. The contact skills have improved. Whitcomb pulls the ball in the air at a 60% clip. That's really going to play in those Crawford boxes. I'm thinking that we see Shay Whitcomb back in Houston pretty soon. So watch out for him. He could be back very quickly. Harry Ford had a big game. It was encouraging to see. 4 hits, 2 doubles, and a home run. Ford's a young catcher in AAA. We've got to give him a little bit of slack because he's 22 years old. He is in AAA right now. And he's still working on his catching development. That's a hard thing to do. Ford's an interesting prospect. He's one that I'm a little bit lower on than most. I don't think he sticks it behind the plate, but home run left the bat at 103.3. He had a double and a fly out as well, 92.4 and 96.5 on those batted balls. But Ford is an interesting prospect that is worth watching. That'll do it for today. Thanks for tuning into the show. Be sure to head back to our YouTube tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Bowman 2025 break. We got 2 jumbo boxes. Going to be a blast. So we will talk to you soon. But come back tonight and see the live stream. See you tomorrow.